Mississippi River. Black leaves in the Mississippi fire. Black leaves in the Mississippi choir. Black leaves on the Mississippi land. And we've got garden, we've got sons and daughters, we got grit and glory, we've got money stories, we've got strength like towers, we got hope and power. God made woman with an iron's hand, placed her up on heaven's land. God made woman with an iron's hand, raised her up on heaven's land. Strength like towers, we got
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips and the balance of the favor of fair use. Welcome to Black History Bites, the history of Queen Califia and the California Blacks, Part 2. The ancient American empire of Zai, Queen of Diamonds and Gold, Califia and the California Blacks. Whoever controls the images control your self-esteem, self-respect, and self-development. Whoever controls your history controls your vision. Dr. Leonard Jeffries. In the continental United States of America, there were Africans who came before slavery, before Columbus, and thousands of years before Jesus Christ. In many cases, these Blacks and other indigenous nations established thriving civilizations in ancient America. Queen Califia and the California Blacks were one such ancient Black nation. In the history of Queen Califia, she was supposed to be a fictional character. I don't believe that's correct, but that's just me. You know, when they tried to rewrite his story, it's nothing really favorable to what really happens. But I digress. Reigning over the empire of Zai in the ancient kingdom of Utla, the nation of Atlan, was the great queen of gold and diamonds, ruler of the California Blacks. Queen Califia, decorated warrior, general, mother, was the grand and beautiful royal leader in the beloved, wealthy, and powerful land of the Blacks. A civilization with an abundance of natural resources, gold, diamonds, vast quantities of precious stones and metals, with the territory spanning thousands and thousands of miles throughout California, from the coast of San Francisco to Baja, Mexico, as far inland as Colorado, Utah, and all the Pacific Ocean island nations, including Hawaii and Australia, places where most of the original inhabitants were Aborigine, Black and brown people of color. Queen Califia was a powerful general queen, a strategic opponent who commanded and maintained a fleet of ships while ushering in a time of peace in all surrounding lands. The robust California blacks were master trainers and lovers of exotic animals with developed skills. They were able to teach themselves to defend, utilizing a real force of domesticated and trained griffins and eagles, snakes, tigers, and bears, along with other species native to California and Africa. These unusual creatures were trained to protect the land and its people. So loved, respected, and powerful was the queen. She could project her imperial will over the seas of the Mediterranean. A master of communication and commerce, trading gold-tipped spears, gold, diamonds, precious stones, furs, food, plants, rare birds and animals, as well as maintaining cultural and trading contacts with Africa, Australia, and its Pacific Islands. This great lady ruler also successfully defended her empire during wars in the Mediterranean Sea and Anatolia, as well as against the Byzantine Empire and in southern Europe. Queen Califia and the mighty empire of the California blacks, a people whose civilization and history has been lost to time and space through a deliberate, destructive conspiracy of lies, secrets, and depths perpetrated by evil invaders of ancient America. To say they came before Columbus is an understatement. They came thousands and thousands a year before. Many historians, including the renowned expert and father of ancient African studies, Dr. Van Sertima, wrote a book about they came before Columbus, and so many other scholars all concur and prove that the first Africans started arriving in ancient times between 56,000 to 100,000 years ago. It is now also an archaeological fact that the true original people of the Americas included many nations, and the Black Californians were one of them, as descendants of the Olmecs, West African Manding, Egyptians, the kings of Kush, and the first emperor of China. Other ancient civilizations occupying California in the distant past include members of the Black Mojave and Washita mound builders, as well as the following: ancient indigenous Black nations of America, California Blacks, Olmecs; Washita mound builders, Louisiana/Midwest; Yamasee, Southeast; the Iroquois, the Cherokee, the Blackfoot, the Pequot, and the Mohegans, Connecticut; Dariente, Panama. The mighty California Blacks were a powerful, military savvy civilization with shipbuilders, priests, scientists, traders, and empire builders. These elite seafarers traveled all over the globe, trading in gold-tipped spears and precious stones, masters of commerce. This highly sophisticated society practiced, as part of their religious ceremonies, astronomy, tracking celestial Sirius star systems, sacred science, geometry, and mathematics. They were nautical wizards of longitude, latitude, master builders of complex housing, political systems, and captains of the open seas, as well as arts and music enthusiasts. They were also worshippers of the Egyptian gods Horus, Osiris, Isis, Wajet, sun god, Ra, and the universality of the concept of Mayat, and how ethical behavior was norm. The goddess Mayat represents truth, justice, righteousness, and world order, the supreme ethical paradigm that dictated the behavior of the California Blacks and the civilizations of ancient America. The California Blacks, the Zai Empire, was ruled by a succession of queens, as was the custom in many ancient African nations. This unfamiliar practice observed by the naive Spaniards is surely how the myth of the nymph, Amazon queen legend, who hated and killed all baby boys and men, came into existence. Their matriarch societies were based on maternal values, descendants, and relationships were determined through the female line, a practice that was very common in West Africa and throughout the ancient world. This remarkable multicultural, highly spiritual religious civilization thrived for thousands of years and is duly noted in several recent discoveries, including ancient cave art dating back tens of thousands of years. Over 100,000 cave and rock art pictures, symbols, and ancient artifacts can be found at Crystal Lake, California, now a restricted United States Army base, and thousands of newly discovered cave and rock art found in 2014 in the highlands of Mexico. The photos of recently discovered cave art show one thing for sure. They were not a hunter-gatherer tribe, but a complex, highly advanced, thriving civilization that prospered way before the arrival of any Europeans, Indians, or Clovis people. Through our high-tech, in-house CGI experiment conducted recently on ancient cave art, they were able to back engineer some of the ancient art. They were able to see beautiful color depicting cave art pictures of worship, sacred ancient and Egyptian symbols, including the cross, snakes, gods, marriage ceremonies, underwater fishing, cave diving, scuba masks, electricity, guns, gold mining, and other high-tech capabilities. The California Blacks live by a strict moral ethics code, living in harmony with people, animals, land, sea, earth, sun, and heavenly planets. Their wood-built homes, official dwellings, and structures were arranged in grandeur and complexity, from holy sites, cliff residence, monumental buildings, sacred caves and mounds that were enhanced and decorated magnetically in silk, gold, diamonds, and precious stones. Some appear to have illumination, electricity. Queen Califia and the California Blacks were all directly or indirectly related to our descendants of the Olmecs of South America, West African Nile Valley, kings of Kush, Emperor Ramses the Great, and the Yellow Emperor Shang-Di of China. The Black Mold builders of Washita, the Moors, the Ochita Moors nation, an independent civilization, are also descendants of the Olmecs, who successfully lived alongside of their cousins, the California Blacks, in peace, while engaging in boat building, seafaring, trade, and commerce for thousands of years. We're going to end here today. We will come back for part 3 of the story of Queen Califia and her kingdom in the California Blacks. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And thank you all for coming through.
Black leaves on the Mississippi River. Black leaves in the Mississippi fire. Black leaves in the Mississippi choir. Black leaves on the Mississippi land. And we've got garden, we've got sons and daughters, we got grit and glory, we've got money stories, we've got strength like towers, we got hope and power. God made woman with an iron's head, graced her